This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm Wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
So,
get off your lazy ass and go to the fucking gym.
Eat a fucking steak, you son of a bitch!
The fat phobia. Thin white men.
I'm gonna starve now!
How's the diabetes treating you?
Stop telling people to lose weight. Stop being like fat phobia doesn't exist.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Wally or no?
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Ooh. Welcome, everyone, to episode 23 Hundo and Ocho of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and KT Flexin on all
It's the Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Oh, what's going on, fam? How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the show 2308. Welcome. Hit the like button. Share the stream because we are live. We are live. Oh my God, if you're brand new, make sure you're checking all the links in the show notes down below to download the 7 pillars, to join over at swolenormousx.com. We have a great show today. We are here every fucking day, so let's jump right into it. We have an amazing Swole card, and we got an amazing show. We got some Swole fan posts. We have some questions. Oh man, it's going to be a great epic experience. Some of you are already dropping that hashtag in the comments down below. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. Let's summon the Falcon and get this motherfucking party started. Only summoned with the voice of an angel. Put some respect on it. Money. Money. It's the thyroid. Hold on.
Matt Damon.
Excuse me. I got some gains stuck in my throat. Hashtag but my thyroid. We would have gone live earlier today, but my thyroid. It was my thyroid. I went to go live and it was just like my thyroid and I couldn't go live. We couldn't live stream. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the show, everyone. Make sure you drop that hashtag for a chance to win today's Swole card. We're going to get into that tip right now, and I am very, very excited for today's Sleazecast. I have a good feeling about it. I think it's going to go really well. I think it's going to blow us out of the water. Our nips are going to be gone. They are going to be absolutely cauterized. So get ready for that. Hashtag but my thyroid. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode. Now, that being said, let's get into that tip. Moisturize. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Oh yeah, we got some Swole fan posts. Let's get into it. All right, we talked yesterday about this because on Monday we had our brand new releases. We had epic new releases for our Back to Swole release party. And here's a little recap. The episode, the accountability meeting is available now, the Back to Swole special. Back to Swole release party in Swole TV for members. But we have level 1 Vinyasa number 3, Yin for lower body with a foam roller, 2 brand new yoga classes. We have a brand new Swolga hip rotation led by yours truly. And of course, a Papa Swolio's featured pump number 8, legs. And if you've tried any of these, drop that in the comments down below. They're fantastic. And of course, we have 2 brand new Swollen 7 cores. We have round 6 and round 7, as well as a brand new micro program, Calves Activate. So go and activate all those sick fucking gains right now inside Swolenormous X. Goddamn right. Absolutely awesome releases. So I hope you all jumped in those and checked them out already. And of course, we talked about this yesterday. We'll probably talk about it all week because whenever we drop amazing new shit and have epic new merch releases, we blow the horn real loud over there at papaswolio.com. Use code DailySwole for 10% off, of course, because you're a listener of the show. We got the brand new I Want You to Be Swole, which is possibly the greatest fucking design in history. We also have the brand new Swole pronouns collection. We got the he swole / she swole. We got stickers and everything, so you can offend at your convenience. And we also have the ever popular, the version, the V2.0, the brand new, the improved Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice. So if you copped any of that merch, drop that in the comments. I want to know. And you got to post pictures too. Make sure you post up those pictures once you get your merch in. All right, now let's get into the first Swole Fam post. Our first post here from the Telegram chat is from Brett. And I believe Brett actually dropped this in the live chat too. So he's very eager for an answer. So let's read it. Papa Swolio, does anyone have any experience with Power Block versus Iron Master dumbbells? I like the look and ability to expand the Iron Master up to 125, then 165, but they are on back order. I do not need the higher weights just yet, but I am spinning my wheels on the current 52.5-pound setup with a bench press. It really does not offer much resistance at this point in my training. I think Papa said Power Block was his favorite yesterday in the launch episode. That first sentence should have a question mark at the end. Sorry for the punctuation error. No worries. So a couple thoughts here. I believe, excuse me.
Inconceivable!
My word. There we go. I got it up. I have Power Blocks, so I'm a little bit biased. I have Power Blocks. The thing is with Power Blocks versus Iron Master, I believe you can drop the Iron Master. Not like you should be dropping the crap out of these dumbbells, but I believe Iron Master is designed and is able to be dropped. Power Blocks, you shouldn't drop them. Power Blocks are much easier, however, to adjust because the Iron Master, you have to screw off the end cap and then take off the plates and then put them back on. So it can be a little bit of a mess and depends on if you're trying to do drop sets or things like that. Power Blocks are going to be more effective in terms of changing the weights more quickly. But I believe the Iron Master is going to mimic more of a real dumbbell. So it depends on what you're looking for. You could also get Power Blocks that go up to 175. But once you get past, the Power Blocks go up to 90. You can get commercial Power Blocks that go up to 125. But for me personally, when the weights start getting that high, you're going to want to drop them. If you're doing a chest press, you're probably going to want to drop them around the ground. So what I decided to do, rather than splurge like the $2,000 plus for the 125 or the 175 Power Blocks, I already have the whatever to the 90. I have the Power Blocks that go up to 90, and I bought a pair of. I also have these like magnetic weights that can clip onto the Power Blocks, but I decided to get a pair of 95s. I got a pair of 100s. And what I'm going to do is if I want to go heavier, I'll get a pair of 105s and I'll get a pair of 110s. And it's very expensive. It's going to cost probably more long term. But if I'm doing 110s, or if I'm doing 115s or 120s, if I'm doing a chest press, I'm going to want to drop them. If I'm doing rows, I want to drop them. I don't want to like have to put it down gently. So I think it depends on how strong you are, of course, but also what you're looking to do. So if you're looking to change the weights quickly, the Iron Master might not be the best option for you. And I think it's a lot more bulky in terms of its requirement for storage. It has like a big chest, it looks like. So I think it just depends on what's available, what you're looking to do. But either one is going to be a big investment. So I would make sure that you invest accordingly. But if you do want to go that heavy, if you do want to go over 100, you're going to need that higher level. Rogue has the Power Blocks in stock, and other places I guess do too, for the Power Blocks that go up to 125 and then can go to 175. And if you said the Iron Master on back order, you might have to wait for that. But just keep in mind, if you're looking to actually purchase them, it's an investment. So back order it is. I don't know how long the back order is, but it depends on how quickly you're looking. And I don't know what the prices are for the Iron Master. Just some thoughts there, because I did look into that myself. I think the most affordable and the most like full spectrum. This is not really supposed to be Ask Papa Swolio, but that was the first question from the Swole fam. Swole fam gets priority. But I think the Power Blocks to 90 is going to fit most people's needs. But that's why I'm opting for those other choices when it goes heavier than that. And then aside from that, I have heavy kettlebells. I'm not going to do too many heavy weights for dumbbells at that point. Drew P, following up with the knee issues from earlier in the conversation, diet and loss of excess weight is huge. Doctors wanted to do an osteotomy and ACL replacement on me 3 years ago. I was probably 35 pounds heavier, but I ate like shit and was drinking a couple nights per week. I noticed that cutting out nightshades has been huge. Stopped the booze and lost the weight. I do legs, nothing heavy, twice a week, and I cut all the shit. Still no ACL, but only have pain when I'm pushing for better knee mobility. However, I won't be running or doing any cutting on a field likely ever again. Well, good for you. I'm glad you're not having pain. I would recommend doing things like reverse sled and such. But it seems like an ACL, I mean, you're definitely going to want that for your stability. I'm not sure if it's wise to go without an ACL, but yeah, just talk to your doctor, et cetera, but getting rid of the inflammatory foods and doing mobility exercises and strength training is definitely going to be a good idea as long as you can handle it. Post here from Joanne. There's never been any benches available at my gym. They have about 4. That's not sufficient. 5:30 a.m. and 20 cars parked outside. No benches, no problem. I'll make my own. One of the best feelings in the world is walking back to the gym to my bag, listening to music, knowing I just smashed my workout. There you go. Who needs a bench? Fuck your bench. Fuck your pumpkin spice and your bench. Fuck them all.
Go fuck yourself.
Post here from Mariah. Hey fam, just joined today. I've lost approximately 55 pounds of body fat in the last year and working out regularly, but I really wanted a community that had the same mindset. I'm so happy I've joined, and I'm proud of everyone here achieving their swole goals. It's nice to meet everyone.
I give it a
Same
10.
to you, Mariah.
A 10. A fucking 10.
Welcome to the greatest fam in the realm. Welcome to the greatest fam in the realm. And our last post here from Zachary from our Swole Fam discussion boards. Hey, Swole Fam, I'm Zach, 25 years old. My son was born at the end of January, and I completed my field training program as a police officer in February. Work and learning the ropes as a new dad have taken all my time and attention. I've been slacking at going to the gym, and as a result, I feel like shit, and I'm starting to hate the way I look. I've desperately needed community to use as support and advice, and I'm glad to have found Papa and everyone else. My primary goal is to have one hell of a comeback and become the jacked father my family deserves. I'm cutting out some of the shit foods from my diet. I'm looking at you, Cheetos, as well as working on my flexibility. Let's fucking go. Welcome to the fam, Zach. Congratulations on your new child, on your son, and thank you for your service. Thin blue line in the motherfucking house. Any other Leos watching live? And definitely need to be in shape, not just for your family, but for your job, so you can come home to them every single night. So thank you so much for doing what you do, and keep up the good work. Welcome to the greatest fam in the realm. All right, fam, it's time for some questions. It's Ask Papa Swole. Ask.
I am the danger.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know what? Maybe we should skip questions. I mean, I would stay with the questions longer, but my thyroid.
This smells so cubicle.
But my thyroid. Hashtag but my thyroid. For a chance to win today's Swole card, we got a little tainty cam over here. Aww. There we go. Very nice. Rufus in the house. The tainty man cometh. Oh, he's the tainty man. And as you know, fam, only the tainty man can. Only the tainty man can. No one else can but the tainty man. All right. Let's get into some questions. If you got a question, drop it in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. We got a shitty, fucked up question today from Man Yeetus. Is that Lizzo's boyfriend? Favorite exercise? I don't have one.
Matt Damon.
I avoid favorite exercises. I do not have one. I have certain ones that maybe I focus on from time to time, but I avoid the concept of a favorite exercise. You tend to bias certain body parts. Treat every body part as your favorite, and treat any exercise as a tool to get you more development, more strength, more mobility, whatever it is. Favorites are bullshit. Don't even think about it. It's worthless. Oh, I love this exercise. Great. Fine. Do you have imbalances? Does it work the best? Who cares if it's your favorite if it sucks and it's not getting you results? Your favorite's going to be the one that works the best. So treat them all even. Declan Curry. Declan. How many days a week do you go to the fucking gym? Good question. I train every day. It looks different day to day. Sometimes it's just mobility. Sometimes it's a hardcore workout. but I train every single day, whether it's mobility or strength training. Anune JN? Anunajan? It's all right. Please help. I am your big fan. I am going to France in 40 days and I want to reduce my 10 kilogram weight. What flag is that? Is that Iran? Or is that Mexico? Or is that... What's that flag? Looks familiar. I can't put my finger on it. I might be close. Anyone else know what that flag is in the bio? I'm going to France in 40 days. And I want to reduce my 10 kilogram weight. So 22, you want to lose 22 pounds? India. Yeah, that's the next one I was going to say. Somewhere over there. Iran, India, same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. Same thing. Same, but different. It's not the same.
We choose truth over facts.
Not quite the same thing. Yeah, that was the one. That was my next one. I was going to say India. I think that's what I meant instead of Iran. I was like, I know that flag. I just saw it recently too. I don't even know what the Iranian flag looks like, so I don't know why I said that. I am going to France in 40 days and I want to reduce my 22 pounds. Well, 22 pounds in 40 days is absurd. It's not going to happen. It's not even a realist. It's not a worthwhile journey. You're trying to cram way too much work in too short period of time. So I recommend you starting the 7 pillars and starting to focus on your health properly. You could join the fam over at swolenormousx.com, et cetera, et cetera. But you're not going to lose 22 pounds in a month. You can. It's just going to be water weight. You're going to feel like shit. It's going to come right back. It's not worth it. So that's a real compressed time frame to make long-term habitual changes. We don't do short-term sprints. We don't waste our time with that kind of stuff. We make proper fundamental lifestyle changes for the long term. 40 days is nothing. It's not even worth discussing. Clayton Viter. Hey, Papa, is it better to dedicate 1 or 2 days a week and really smash arms or do one exercise for arms every workout? Trying to keep my programming consistent. I would recommend doing 1 or 2 days a week to really focus more on arms. Some people would say, well, because you're a natural lifter, do less volume more frequently every day. I disagree. You could try both, but I personally made the vast majority of my gains by training arms. Everyone might say, it's a bro workout doing body parts once a week. Okay, it fucking works. So I don't know what you're talking about. It absolutely does work to train muscles once a week. You could also train them twice a week. It's all about the volume and your recovery and your frequency of training and how you're adjusting that volume and your overload. It's the nutrition, it's the sleep, it's everything. So there's no bro science there. It just depends on how much overload and how well you're doing all the other things like with your nutrition and such. So is it better? It really depends on the individual. I would recommend twice a week. Twice a week. You might want to do something where, like, if you're doing upper body, like chest, throw some triceps at the end, back, throw some biceps at the end, and then have another day where you do bis and tris, a little more volume. So you're kind of hitting them twice a week, but you're not doing only arm days, because then you could be training upper body more frequently, for example. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Jovan Buttigieg. No relation to the monkeypox man? I'm just kidding. Get it? Monkeypox because of butt sex? All right.
You switch the samples.
You get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Okay. Too soon? Come on, guys. Come on. Step up your game. Papa Swole. Papa Swolio, do you weigh your food or count macros? I don't. I focus on the foods that work best for me and I eat them to my satisfaction. I focus mostly on protein and fat, but I definitely eat plenty of fruit. So I don't count. I just eat. If I feel like I need more calories, then I just eat more. I don't weigh and I don't measure. Not at all. Not at all. Most people worry about those kinds of things. They worry about the macros and they're not getting the micronutrients. So you can play with the macros all you want. Most people that focus on macros are micronutrient deficient and they're missing out on a lot of health benefits and they're not eating properly. You play the macro game, you're going to be eating shit. You can play the macro game by eating Taco Bell, but you're not going to have results and you're going to be fucking up your life. So focus on the nutritional density. Focus on the micronutrients, do an elimination diet, and then train hard and then eat. And if you're trying to, of course, it matters if you're trying to lose extra weight, but I'm telling you, if you're eating quality and nutrient dense food and you're trying to lose a lot of fat, if you're obese, you're not going to be able to eat to surplus. It's very hard. Anyone that eats the way that we always talk about, you do an elimination diet, it's very hard to overeat. It's very hard to overconsume calories. It really is. Everyone's like, no, it's really easy if you're eating shit. If you're eating garbage, you're sucking down processed sugar and vegetable oils, it's very easy to overeat because your body doesn't get the proper signals. It fucks up your system. P. Peter. Pedo Peter? AIM? All right, just guessing. What, too soon?
Come on,
you guys are really sensitive today. What kind of mindset do you need to stay consistent? You need a mindset that doesn't not be consistent. You need a mindset to not ask these questions in the sense of you do it. You do it. What kind of mindset do you need to stay consistent? By doing it no matter what. It helps to have a purpose. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing. And then you do it regardless of how you feel. If you listen to your feelings, you're not going to feel like it more often than not. And if you always listen to your feelings, you're not going to get anything done. So what kind of mindset do you need to stay consistent? Yeah, consistent mindset. I would recommend going to swolenormousx.com and downloading your copy of the 7 pillars, which will break it all down for you. And notice that pillar number 7 is consistency. So if you're getting it done every day, you're consistent. If you didn't feel like it today and you did it, cool, you're consistent. If you feel like it tomorrow and you did it, cool, you're consistent. It's very arbitrary. It's very binary. If you did it, you're consistent. If not, you're not consistent. Whether it's raining or sunny outside, you feel like it or not, you did it or you did not. That's all that matters. And honestly, fuck the mindset. Did you do it? Fine. You didn't have to feel like it. You don't have to feel like it. You don't need to generate this whole fucking thing. And change doesn't take time. It takes commitment. It doesn't take weeks or months to create a mindset. It can happen today if you just flip that switch and just don't look back. Okay, let's drop that hashtag, but my thyroid, for a chance to win today's Swole card. Tainty Cam. The Tainty Cam, as only the Tainty man can. So drop your questions. We'll take a couple more. We'll try to opt for some live questions. Let's see what we got here. Take some more here. Should we take a call? Let's take a call. All right. Who we got? This one's from Knack. Is that a name? Knack, N-A-K? Knack's on the line.
How do you lose belly fat? Like, what's the best way, according to you, to lose belly fat?
Oh, God. I really want to hit the Matt Damon button so bad. I want to hit it, but you called in. I appreciate you calling in. I don't want to discourage you from calling in. The best way, follow the 7 pillars. And I'm saying that not because they're the greatest thing in the world, but they're the greatest thing in the world. If you look at the 7 pillars, Knack, swolenormousx.com, it's free. Download it. You want to lose belly fat. If you're not sleeping properly, you're going to store more belly fat. You're going to have higher cortisol levels. You're going to sacrifice muscle retention. You're going to maximize, or you're going to have more fat storage. If you are stressed out psychologically, mentally, you're not addressing your brain gains, your mindfulness, meditation, then you are going to be holding more body fat. If you are not lifting heavy weights, you are going to not be raising your resting metabolic rate, more lean mass, higher metabolism. You're going to metabolize more fat when you have more lean mass. Nutrition, doing an elimination diet, cutting out inflammatory foods, and so on and so forth. So it takes time. There's no one thing. How do I lose more belly fat? You're at square one. So I recommend download the 7 pillars because you are at, with a vague question like that. I appreciate the call and I appreciate the question, but that's like a first grade level question. It's like, how do I get rid of belly fat? It's like, come on. I can't really give you any specific advice rather than that because I don't really know what you're currently doing. But yeah, like Quinn says, lift heavy, eat steak. Pretty much lift heavy and eat steak. So if you have any follow-up with that, Knack, you're more than welcome to call back in and leave another question. But I would start with the 7 pillars because you need to get to the basics for sure. Let's see here. Frank, I'm waiting for my relight to come in. Is there anything I can substitute for now? You could use some Celtic sea salt or some Redmond real salt for sure. Hank, half your audience is Indian, apparently. I don't know, maybe. But in the next 5, 10, 15 years, India is going to be probably one of the most, it's going to be the vast majority of like consumers and the economy in the global economy. So everyone's audience is going to be half Indian in the next probably 10 years or so. Mark my words. Dodoc, Papa Swolio, do you eat pork meat? And I don't care where you are. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. But yeah, we do have a lot of, especially online, especially when you're like on Instagram, we get a lot of questions because videos go viral and they kick up in India and stuff like that. And you get a lot of people calling in. Papa Swolio, do you eat pork meat other than bacon? Nope. I haven't had bacon in a while either, by the way. I haven't had bacon in a couple months. But no, I don't. I do not. All right, let's see. Freddie, Papa Swolio with hip thrusts. Do I keep my hips in a posterior tilt or only put them into a posterior tilt at the top when contracting? I mean, when you drop your hips, you're not going to be able to keep them in a posterior tilt because when you drop your hips, you're in hip flexion. So you're not going to be able to keep a posterior tilt when you're flexing your hips. It's just not going to happen. If you have proper hip mobility, you'll be able to keep them more neutral than you would if you have really tight hip flexors and weak hip flexors and overactive, lumbar spine. And if your glutes and hamstrings are not firing properly. So I would be thinking about that. Let your hips drop and then the posterior tilt all the way up. But you can try to kind of bias towards more of a neutral spine. But remember, when you drop your hips, you're in hip flexion. So that posterior tilt is going to be disappearing. It's going to be the opposite of what you're creating with your hip flexion. So psychologically, yeah, you want to kind of keep your body, you want to think posterior tilt, but you're not going to be able to maintain that. It's going to be like an eccentric. Let's see here. Raphael, Papa Swolio, do potatoes make you fat? I'm not talking fries, just home cooked. It's not really the right way to think about it. I wouldn't say they make you fat. White potatoes are a nightshade, so they can fuck a lot of people up for more reasons than just like the starch. Personally, I would opt for, if I have carbs, I have sweet potatoes or white rice, but I haven't had those in a while. I mostly do meat and fruit and organs and stuff. So yeah, fries are not good just because if you're frying, even in tallow, you're frying oil, like you're going to be getting like carcinogenic outcomes from that. So you really don't want to fry your food, period. It's one of the worst things you can do. But of course, if you go to a store or like fast food, they're going to fry them in vegetable oil like canola or safflower or soy oil, soybean oil, which is literally just fucking cancer fries. It's awful. So I would opt for, if you're making them at home, I would test the different types of potatoes and, slather them up with some grass-fed butter and such. None to not. Have you listened to Aaron Rodgers on Joe Rogan? Cool to see someone famous talk about COVID-19 nonsense. I haven't listened to it. I saw a couple clips though. And, the brainwashing is real when it comes to COVID. We all know that. We all know the lies and the deception, which is very insidious and essentially the definition of evil. So yeah, I mean, it's really great to have certain people that are standing up for what they believe in and that don't want to be experimented on like a lab rat. And we know that from healthy people and athletes left and right around the world that are dropping dead from heart attacks and blood clots and things like that from these vaccines. So good for him. And who gives a shit what other people do? Just because you got a vaccine and then you got COVID and you're going to keep on getting COVID with every variant because your body, because you took a vaccine that actually may weaken your immune system long term and potentially is leading to neurodegenerative outcomes in the future. Plus everything else that we don't know is going to happen because these are experimental drugs. Just because you did that doesn't mean that other people can't make a better choice or a different choice. You made the choice you made, so have the humility to admit when you're wrong, or it's okay to have some regret or to wish you did something different. We all do. We all have regrets or wish we like look back and like, I would have made a different decision about that day or about that relationship or this, that, and the other. Sure. This is one of those things. So have some humility. Cerny, what kind of club were you using in that new vid? Looked like a giant baseball bat. Oh yeah. It's a wood club. It is indeed a wood club. It's huge. I just got another one too, and I have a couple more coming. And they are all different sizes, and they're beautiful. They're like art pieces. They're fantastic. Will, I'm someone who is inflamed by all nightshades. So yeah, potatoes are a no-go. As you realize what does that, you learn you need to cook your own stuff. For sure. A lot of times people eat meat. They go out and eat meat and they still feel like shit because the meat is cooked in, they use like Pam or canola oil spray, or they'll use soybean oil or whatever to cook the meat in. All right. Let's see here. My coworker was bragging about how many vaccines she got, then went to Papa John's for lunch. Yeah, well. Yeah, you are just, COVID's exposing who's healthy, who has proper vitamin D levels, who's taking care of their health and who isn't. If you're very elderly and you're health compromised and you have metabolic issues, then yeah, it might be something that was beneficial in the earlier stages. But fundamentally, it doesn't replace taking care of your health. And it's not effective. It really isn't. We talked about this. I've most of the people I know were fine, and then they got the vaccine and they got COVID. It's because the vaccine misdirects people away from, or misdirects the body for their immune system to react away from the newer variants. We've talked about that the other day too. That's been broken out. Freddie, we'll do a couple more questions. Just my opinions. I'm not a doctor, so you can talk to those people who are trying to brainwash you if you want. Freddie, I've been doing kettlebell swings.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Ah, yes, I forgot. Been doing kettlebell swings lately at the end of my workouts, doing 3 to 5 1-minute rounds. Is this a good way to do them after learning how to do them properly? At the end of my workouts, I would actually, I would make sure that you are doing them first. If you're trying to have good form, don't do them when you're fatigued. Kettlebell stuff should be done fresh until you get to some of those higher levels. And when you're doing power training and fast movements and things like that with kettlebells, there's not a lot of room for error, especially if you slip. It's really good. And honestly, there's a low risk of injury once you really know and have the form and the technique. And the great thing about kettlebell is if you're doing that and you have a bad grip, you just drop it. So it's pretty easy. Like if you get over your head, you can drop it and get out of the way. There's a lot of good ways to escape from a kettlebell exercise, or bail out, I should say. And if you're fatigued, I'm not saying that you're going to hurt yourself depending on what weight you're using, but if you're doing it at the end of a workout, you're going to be a little bit compromised in terms of muscle and joint, and you want to make sure you're sharp. So if you're sharp and you feel good with it, that's not a bad way. It's all about repetitions. It's all about exposure. So if you're going really heavy and pushing yourself and your form isn't perfect, you probably don't want to do it when you're fatigued. Just something to keep in mind. Brett, what's your opinion on the nutritional value of mushrooms, protein versus vitamins? I don't have any opinion on it. Mushrooms can really fuck some people up, so I would see how you feel with them. I mean, I've liked the taste of mushrooms in the past, kind of, but usually when I like these things, when you've liked vegetables in the past, it's usually because you're cooking them in fat or tallow, or they're covered in cheese or something. It's like, of course they're going to taste good. You probably want something crunchy or rubbery, that kind of texture with the actual fat and protein from something that's going to benefit you more. So personally, I don't eat the mushrooms anymore. I just don't have any feel or need for it personally. Okay, let's see here. We'll take maybe like one more question. Patrick, Papa Swole. Hi, Papa. I'm working 4 days per week, 15 to 20 hours a day. On the 3 days off, I'm working out. But should I also work out on work days or just focus on sleep, since I get max 5 hours of sleep on work days? Oh, shit. 4 days a week. On the 3 days I'm off, I'm working out. I would see what works best for you in terms of what you feel best with. On those days when you're barely getting sleep, yeah, you really want to be careful training on days when you're fatigued. And if you're already burning the candle at both ends, then you might be doing it the right way already. Trying to maximize your sleep and not wear your system down on the days where you're already putting a lot of work. However, I don't know what kind of work you're doing, but training first on those days might be more beneficial to you, and putting in boom, like epic days, and then really getting tons of sleep on those other days. You might want to try and play around with that, but it sounds like you have a good schedule going in terms of what you can actually accomplish with that. Because 5 hours of sleep is definitely insufficient for like the vast majority of the population. So I would, sleep is so important. You're going to feel so much better when you get quality sleep. Let's see what time we got to move on. So we'll take one or two more. Base Bunny Love, Papa Swolio. Today at the gym, I got my biometrics done through some weird scale. It said out of my weight, I had 119 pounds of lean mass. Are these scales accurate? I feel like I would be more thin. I would not put any stock into it. This bioelectrical impedance, it just measures how quickly the impulse gets from like one receptor to the other. It's not really a good measurement. I wouldn't put too much stock in it, to be honest. I wouldn't personally. They're not that accurate. Because some of those things with bioelectrical impedance, if you drink a lot of water, you have a necklace on, it's going to change what that impulse is. Sergio, what are your thoughts on high protein diet and colon cancer risk? Will you undergo the recommended screening when you're 45? It depends on my situation. I don't have any thoughts on it. A lot of what people claim to have a risk in terms of high protein is usually because people are eating shit. They're eating shit quality foods. They're smoking. They're sucking down sugar. They're sucking down vegetable oils. In addition, it's the same thing with, red meat causes blah, 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 blah. Yeah, people are sucking down tons of carbs and vegetable oils and drinking soda and eating hot dogs. Hot dogs are not meat. All right. So anytime you hear this fucking bullshit, unless you're isolating for the high quality, are people meditating? Are they getting 8 hours of sleep a night? Like if you're not getting quality sleep, you raise your risk of all-cause mortality tremendously if you're not getting sufficient sleep. So unless you're tracking for all these other lifestyle habits, most of these studies have so many fucking holes in them. And I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Who the fuck does these studies? I'm just saying, whenever you hear about these studies, they took a group of people, where are these people coming from? Most of the people that are healthy, that are crushing in the gym, they're not going and being subjects for some kind of study. I know a lot of these things are epidemiological and they just look over like broad data. But most people that are doing any of these like scientific studies, or they're in like a test group or something like that, like, do you have jobs? Do you have a job? You're definitely not spending your time training hard and meditating if you're going to go into a scientific study, because you're busy taking care of your health. So it's always this kind of asterisk over some of these studies, depending on how they're done. And that's why a lot of these things are just cherry picked and nonsensical, because you have to know exactly, Brett, who paid for the study, what was the purpose, and how it was done. Because you might hear, this study came out with X, Y, and Z. But then you look and it was like, it's 15 people. That's not a good sample size. Or the way that it was tested have too many variables, so it's not accurate. But then some article will just pull one bullshit from the conclusion of the abstract and then run with it. But you look at the study and it's got more holes than a fucking Swiss cheese factory. So you have to, and then who's funding it and blah, 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 blah. So the problem with these studies is not that it's bad, not that they're bad, but there's always a hardcore bias or lean or bent to it, or it's a very small window of what they're focusing on, and it doesn't account for the vast, all the variables when it comes to a human population. Because if you take a broad look at things, there's so many variables you can't account for them. So a scientific study has to focus on one specific thing. Am I worried about linoleic acid and jojoba oil? Why would I be? I'm not eating it. I'm not like putting it in I'm not drinking the shit. Pinkston Churchill tries to lick it off my leg when I put it on. I'm not sure I don't know what the fetish is with that, but yeah. All right, fam, time to go balls deep. Let's go.
That's deep.
All right, let's pick some numbers. Let's get into some fucking shit posts. Hit that like button, subscribe. Great questions. Great questions, everyone. Very good questions. And happy to come back to some of these if you are here for tomorrow's episode. If you want to follow up with some of these questions, totally down with it. And remember, a lot of these questions, my responses are my opinion. That's why you're asking me. And you can agree, you can disagree, and we can still have fun and make some sick fucking games together, can we not? So let's see here. Pick a number 1, 2, or No, 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Hashtag but my thyroid. You don't want to. I mean, I would have gone. I would go deeper, but my thyroid. I would go deeper, but my thyroid. And reminder that this is exactly why we do. This is exactly why I promote the elimination diet, because I want you to customize your thing. So because I'm not eating mushrooms doesn't mean that you can't have them. I just think meat and fruit is the best way to approach nutrition, and understand that sometimes you have to really unplug and undo and unravel years and years and decades of essentially self-abuse from what you were eating. So it takes time for your body to repair. You can't just be like, hey, I'm going to go carnivore. And then all of a sudden, your body is going through a massive shift, and you might feel a little bit shitty or good, or go through some kind of digestive issues for a couple weeks. It's like you were eating garbage for 30 fucking years. Give your body some time. So it takes time. Sometimes it takes months or years to heal your gut. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You have an entire gut microbiome and macrobiome that have to shift completely. And you have these addictions and these impulses and these physical habits of where you go and who you hang out with and what's in your area and those smells and those senses. There's a lot of shit to unravel. So it's not supposed to be easy, because you're literally addicted to bad habits. You're addicted to bad food. You're addicted to bad things going in your eye holes and your ear holes, all your holes. Don't Fauci my holes.
You switch the samples.
Stay out of my holes, Fauci. Fucking asshole. All right, let's go none to not. Number 2. We'll call it Big Nun. Number 2.
I gave it a...
That was nice. Let's go.
A 10. A fucking 10.
Yeah, let's go. But how you doing, Heidi? Are you feeling a little better? Heidi says, my body is still sick and I've been at this for a few years now. Thanks for bringing that up. Well, are you doing better than you were? I think you're here for a reason. I'm sure you are. I know you are. You've said that, but yeah, it takes time. It takes time. There you go. Atropos the Fate. Finally, a year later, after some drastic changes, I can say that my reflux is gone and no meds for it. Hashtag but my thyroid in spite of your thyroid. Let's fucking go. Fuck that thyroid. You don't even need it. You don't even need to worry about it. Just a Raven, should I go to the fucking gym now or wait till after the video? I hate to tell you to leave the fucking podcast, but if you have an option, go to the fucking gym now and bring us with you. Just don't watch in the car. You can listen. None to now. What'd you pick? Number 2? Number 2. This is called Fat Privilege. Oh, Fat Privilege.
What's in the box?
Does it fit in that box? Let's find out. Oh.
All right, let's talk about it.
Oh. Why do they always start these videos? No, right? Let's talk about it. It's like, do we have to? For fuck's sake, do we have to? Please? Please? Okay, she's replying to... Beetlejuice is replying to a comment on TikTok. It says, fat privilege is living in a country where you have enough to eat while others starve and claiming the consequences are oppression. Sounds base as fuck to me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how I'm oppressed because it's called gravity. It's called gravity. Nothing's oppressing you. Just stop eating cake.
All right, let's talk about it. The first thing I would like to address is that on your profile, you only have 2 videos and one of them is about your weight loss progress. So maybe address your internalized fat phobia and dissatisfaction with your own body. Second of all, the majority of the American population is actually overweight or obese, which means that stores not carrying the sizes to cover those bodies is actually discriminatory behavior.
No, it's not. Let me give you a little update on that. A clothing store changing their entire size profile, more material, that takes a lot. Okay. It's one thing because at papaswolio.com, we do print to order. So if you order a shirt, like I don't have like a 10,000 shirts in a warehouse somewhere. Okay. So we're doing print to order. So when you order a shirt, boom, it'll get printed. Okay. So I don't have to worry about having like stock and have a bunch of shirts printed collecting dust that no one wants from a quadruple XL. Okay. So people are just getting fatter and fatter. Doesn't mean that clothing companies are just going to change their market, who they're marketing to. It doesn't like, I can't, man.
Now I want to do an exercise. I want you to close your eyes.
Did she say I want to do an exercise? We did it, fam. Success. That's the first exercise she's ever done. My God.
Well, I'll be damned.
She's doing an exercise. One can hope.
Those bodies is actually discriminatory behavior. Now I want to do an exercise. I want you to close your eyes and imagine a fat person. Imagine me if you want. Now make some assumptions. What do you think about me? What do you think my lifestyle looks like? What do you think I eat?
Cake.
How much do you think I eat?
Lots of
How
cake.
much do you think I move? I'll give you a sec.
Very little.
If you feel confident in the answer that you have in your head, you're wrong. Because you cannot judge a book by its cover. You can't tell someone's habits.
I think she should stop talking right there. You can tell someone's habits by the way they look. Fucking hell, you can. Absolutely. You can't tell if a book is good by its cover, perhaps, but if someone's morbidly obese, yeah, you can assume how they got there. You can assume how they got there.
By looking at them. Fat storage is so complex, and the root of the issue here is two things. It's ableism, which comes in skinny privilege of people who are thin, inherently thin, grew up around healthy parents, who have never struggled with weight gain and have never struggled with obesity and don't understand any of the nuances. The second thing we're dealing with here is disparity. Did you know that being overweight disproportionately affects impoverished communities?
Can you say, like, complete straw man? What are you talking about? We're talking about you. You're not impoverished. You look like you haven't slept in 3 years, which is a huge problem. What are you talking about? You talk about impoverished people. So I'm right. That's why you're changing the subject. Don't push it on these fucking kids in Africa. For just $1 a day. You can walk for less than $1 a day. Just fucking talk about your are we going thyroid? Oh, we're going thyroid. I can feel it. I can feel it.
How about
Let's
I
go.
send you a hobo's dick cheek?
The American food industrial complex is not there to make us healthy. In fact,
True.
it's pumping us full of chemically laced foods every day.
True.
And we are
Eating
incentivized as a culture to sit on our butts.
Yes.
We are incentivized to numb out and watch Netflix and work our asses off
Are we
at
turning this around?
a computer every
Let's go.
day.
Yes.
It is incredibly economically privileged to assume that being fat is a choice.
Oh, you had it. It was fucking so close.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Oh, it was so close. Oh, you better fucking say it. You think she's gonna say it? Think she's gonna say it? Who thinks she's gonna say it? Come on.
First of all, the end. Second of all, going back to fat storage being complicated, the reason I have a lot of excess fat on my body is because I grew up in an unhealthy culture that prioritized unhealthy foods and did not educate me about exercise. So I had to learn that as an adult. I lost 60 pounds in high school, gained it all back, lost 100 pounds in college, gained it all back. And not till after that did I learn that the diet industry is there to shame us into yo-yo dieting back and forth in our weight our whole lives. It's not healthy and not sustainable, and it looks like you're participating in it, Miss Annie.
We got 40 seconds for
A little
thyroid.
fun fact for you about fat storage. Did you know that when you gain weight, your fat cells multiply? And when you lose weight, those fat cells don't go away. They stay at the multiplied number instead of going back to the original number.
So stop being fat. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what's the over under? 28 seconds to thyroid. That sounds like a that's like a documentary or an 80s cover band. 28 seconds to thyroid. What do you think? We should place bets on this shit. Thyroid. Florentina says thyroid. Thyroid or PCOS. That's a good one. Both are metabolic dysfunction, so both are insulin resistance issues. So, yeah, I can go any one of those ways. That's a good one. And she doesn't have a beard, so. All right, let's see. We got 28 seconds. It could go racism. She might flip the script and go full racist.
Now, the reason this is important is because fat cells are designed to want to be full. So your fat cells are going to be begging you to fill them up for the rest of your life. So once you gain weight for whatever reason, we are biologically predisposed for our bodies to want to keep the weight on.
She's going racism.
Did you know how complicated it is? Do you even care
No.
about how hard it is?
No.
Yeah, America's obesity pandemic comes from abundance. But it's not good abundance.
It's racism.
It's capitalistic predatory abundance.
Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Capitalistic predatory abundance. I thought she was going full-blown racism, or at least patriarchy. Oh, so close, man. She was edging me so hard. God damn it.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I better use my strong hand.
Oh my God, that was so close. That was so close. Jesus, what a fucking gross person. All right. She went capitalism. Damn. Fuck, that was close. I really thought we had it there. I should have thought capitalism. I figured that was pretty much what she was talking about the whole time. That was a given. We got some people watching over in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Actually, Nancy says, as a lawyer, I can attest to that you can find an expert to say anything as long as you pay them. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, like most people in the fam know that, but that's coming from a lawyer. That's some real world knowledge cockswinging. Damn. All right. Well, we can hope to dream. Fam, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Let's go hard today. 1, 2, or 3. Here we go. I'm sure we'll get some.
What's in the box?
What do you think? I mean, we can place. I'll read the title of the video. We should place bets, right? We should place bets on racism, thyroid. I don't know if we're going to get a thyroid in there. That might be a stretch racism, capitalism. Let's go Heidi, number 1. Heidi.
And that's the way,
Gender.
I like it.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
All right, this one's called Before. Ooh, this one's called Before and After Photos Are Horrible. Let's see. What do we got here? Ageism. Mikey Solo going with the ageism. Let's see what else we got here.
Have you ever thought about just how horrible before and after pictures are?
No, they're awesome. It shows what people are capable of and inspires others to do likewise. Oh, your feelings get hurt because other people look better and they work harder than you? Oh, you're sad. You're just sad. Come on, stop whining. Tiff, guess that oppression. Guess that oppression. Guess that oppression. How pathetic can I be? All right. Guess that oppression. Who's going to guess that oppression? All right, here we go.
Oh my God, I was so sad and my body looked so bad.
A lot of times it does, and people are proud that it no longer looks bad. They feel better, and they're like, hey, look at how lazy and sloppy I used to be. I'm so proud of myself. Here, this is how I changed. People, you do realize people post their before and after photos because they're excited to show other people that they can do it too. They're like, hey, look at this old picture or video of me when I wasn't putting in the fucking work, and now I'm doing it and I feel great. Look, this is what I can do. You can do it too. But of course, you take it personally. You're not even fat. You're just annoying. You're an annoying person. I don't like you.
And now I'm happy and skinny. Where's the before and after of the woman who healed her body image issues? Where's the before and after of the person who healed their trauma, who survived?
Because you can't show that in a picture. You dumb fuck. Sorry? Not sorry.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face.
Not sorry.
But I want to deliver one of these
Papa,
right
so
in
you're so
your
mean.
suckhole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No,
so you
not
wouldn't-
really. It's your face.
I'm telling you, if you say stupid shit, it's free game. If you're going to post dumb 20 shit on the internet, it's all me, baby. I got you. You're in my wheelhouse. I'm fucking Swoleo Curry dropping fucking bombs from downtown. Nothing but gains.
having depression or postpartum. The before and after of someone who was in a toxic relationship and now isn't. Who's...
Can someone tell me what the fuck she's talking about? Where's the before and after of someone who's in a toxic relationship and now isn't? You? So she's just listing all the things that she's jealous because other people are getting attention and she's not. You look alone in your apartment. How's that feeling? How's that working out for you? How many kids do you have? When's the last time you got boned? When's the last time you got piped?
Because.
Yeah. Yeah. Feminism. I'm on a roll. I'm on fucking fire. I'm on fire.
He's on fire!
Oh my God. Yeah, how many cats does she have? Here we go.
Becoming more self-aware. The before and after of somebody who just stopped caring so much about what other people think. That's the before and after I want to see.
Holy shit, that was the whole fucking video. Holy shit, that was the whole fucking video. That was the whole
What the fuck is
fucking video.
Matt Damon.
Oh my God.
You lose.
Jesus Christ. Where's the before and after video of someone who healed their trauma? Yeah. Matthew Riley in the house. Pretty much correct. They would be the same fucking photo. Yeah, a lot of people are healing all those other things by improving themselves. Because heaven forbid, exercising, taking better care of their health, losing 200 pounds of extra human, and having less joint pain, sleeping better, and just feeling better about yourself doesn't heal other things too. Fucking bullshit. Fucking to the moon, Alice. Bang, zoom.
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
Loud noises!
Okay. Pick a number, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. We're coming down to the wire, fam.
What's in the box?
That was unreal. That was fucking unreal. Wow. That was a 10. Drop that in the comments down below. I know 1 or 2, but that ain't getting a 1 or 2. There's going to be a French judge in there somewhere. Matthew Riley, a 7.7. Fucking tough. 10? Yeah. Vinny gives it a 10. Goddamn right.
I gave it a
Tiff a 10. Nick a 12. TJ a 12.
A fucking 10.
Fucking bringing it home, baby. Bringing home the gold. A 9+. Holy shit. Vague, but I like it. An 8, a 10. We got high standards here. Everyone's like an 8. Listening to the podcast, like a fucking 8. Everyone in their car right now is like a 10. It's a fucking 10. A 10. Dawn, Elizabeth, a 10. Loretta, a 10. Tiff, it had bass. Goddamn right it did. Whew. Tim Parker, an 11. That was... Oh my God. I have standards too. I appreciate it though. I know, Matt, you drop a 7.7 just because you believe in me. You know I could do it. You know I can lay it down. You've heard better. If you're new to the podcast, you might be like, how's it get better than that? I do understand. I understand that contention, but it really is standards. Enrique, 8, don't fluff his pillow. See? Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. This fucking guy. All right. I try to respect you all going off axis. I don't want to blow out your ear holes or blow out your speakers, and I get penalized for it. So live and learn. Let's go with Elizabeth, number 1. Elizabeth, number 1.
What's in the box?
Jesus Christ. I might have to call an audible on this. Holy shit. All right, let's do that. All right, number 1. Number 1 it is. It's called Gender Crisis. All right. What do you think? The video is called Gender Crisis. I posed to you. It's 22 seconds long. It's called Gender Crisis. What do you think? Do you think racism or capitalism? Or both? What do you got? Drop that in the comments down below. Gender Crisis. Racism, capitalism, or both? Let's see what we got here.
I am a woman. I identify as a woman. I feel comfortable in being a woman.
So that video didn't age well. This playlist on my platform will tell you everything you need to know about that story and how we got to here. It's been a year since I filmed that video. Definitely not a woman. Definitely not a woman.
I have no idea what the fuck just happened. I'm sitting here watching the video. If you're just listening, I don't know either. We had neither. Nothing was said. She's not a woman. Wait, what? It says, I am a woman. I identify as a woman. I feel comfortable being a woman. She goes, definitely not a woman. You're still a woman. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was
Boys
cool.
have a penis. Girls have vagina.
That was.
Ever served in a forward area?
I guess. All right. We're all left. We all went red black, and that landed on fucking 0-0. Like, what are the chances? All right, that was a bust. That was a bust. That was a big old Duke City. Yeah, I'm confused. We're all confused. All right, neither. Trick question. Gotcha. Hey-o, gotcha. I knew it. I gotcha. It was all planned. I got you. Yeah, all right. That's fucking bullshit. Whatever. So, a whole lot of gooch. All right, this last one is a stitch about Rebel Wilson. Oof, that just sounds horrific. And it looks horrific. That first scene is... Ugh. God, she is a strange individual. All right, this one is called Stitch about Rebel Wilson. So it's going to be horrific. Let's see what happens. You mama make my eyes rain. All right, here we go.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
Last one. 3, 2, 1, go.
I had an appointment with a fertility doctor and he kind of looked me up and down.
Couple thoughts.
Ugh.
One, you cannot tell if someone is healthy by looking them up and down. And
That's a... You want to go there? You want to go there, Moana? You sure? Okay. Yeah, okay. I can... Okay. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let's go.
anyone that went to medical school should know better. 2, this is fatphobic. 3, I may add to this conversation.
Capitalism.
I remember
Capitalism.
when I was trying to get pregnant.
Capitalism.
I was in a really bad, diet culture-y place, so I lost quite a bit of weight.
Thyroid?
And still, when I went to the doctor, I was told I should lose weight.
Thyroid.
On top of the fact,
Thyroid.
I was already anxious about being a person pregnant with bipolar disorder. So I'm trying to manage that.
Oh.
And this person is like, maybe you should lose weight before you
Oh.
get pregnant. It's
Mental health.
Joke's on them. Have the best little baby boy. So.
Oh.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
All right. Medication. Depression. Fucking knew it. I might have known. Oh.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
I feel like we had... You know what's funny? Is that today is the day that there was one capitalism one, but we weren't bipolar. Fuck. Should have had it. I can be... Yeah, so... You see the logic here? This person, she's rolling a dice, right? And you have let's say a 6 in 10 chance of having a fucked up pregnancy or something. So she happens to get a 40% win or whatever it is. So then she acts like, well, I had a baby, so I could be fat. Let me tell you something. You can judge someone's health by looking at them for the most part. A skinny person can have cancer. A skinny person can have an eating disorder. Very true. I'm not saying skinny is healthy. Fit, muscle mass is one of the most important measures of health and longevity, is having muscle mass, bone density. Very important. So someone being skinny and emaciated, well, that's not necessarily healthy either. Not necessarily healthier. But being obese is definitely not healthier. And you know how you become less obese? By changing your lifestyle habits. You're not born fat. You make yourself fat. And if you don't want to believe that, then I guess laws of physics just don't apply to you somehow. Okay. Yeah, that was taking place inside a gym, and Raven says she was bullshitting inside our sacred space. God damn it.
No need to stop being a lady. Quit worrying. You'll be back on your knees in no time.
Yeah, patriarchy. We should do that. We should do balls deep. How about, you ready for this? We should probably create those scorecards. Should we have balls deep bingo? We should do that. We should have balls deep bingo and see if we can get bingo in one episode, and then see if like we can connect all of them. Should we do that? Balls deep bingo and just mix up the squares and see if we can get bingo. And we watch 3 videos and see if we can connect them all. Because some of these videos go nuts. Some of these videos go nuts. Some of these videos will have like 7 in one. You can get bingo in one video. All right, balls deep bingo. I'm open to it. Yes, dude. All right, balls deep bingo. We'll put some together. Oh my God. We should send that out, right? It should be something you get on like papasolio.com, and then you can play along with the show, and you have like different, you rip them off and they're like different every time. Mike Israel had a video the other day saying obesity is healthy is bullshit. He said there are metabolically healthy young people, but as they get old, they take a huge turn for the worse. Well, people mistake short term, like in the moment. Like, so you have an obese person. You have an obese person that goes to the doctor like, hey, I don't have diabetes. Yeah, you don't have diabetes today. It's like, it's not something you get today. Like, hey, I had a pizza today. I got diabetes. You're definitely going to send your insulin fucking going to the moon, but you still have insulin sensitivity. So your body is able to, your pancreas secretes insulin, and your body is able to shuttle the sugar and lower your blood sugar. But once your body is just getting pounded by insulin and glucose so much, it just has to go fuck all the way off. And then your blood sugar stays elevated and your body can't clear it out. You can have major, major issues, blindness, losing limbs, and all this kind of stuff. It's not good to have your negative feedback system breaks in that sense. Yeah, Tiffany says that's a great analogy. It's like an addict saying they didn't overdose today, right? Yeah, cool. You made it today. Like an alcoholic, like I didn't drink today. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Right on. Okay, fam, let's get this Swole card out there. Reminder, head on over to, if you haven't yet, I'm going to put that in the corner, head on over to papasolio.com and check out Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice. The Swole pronouns offend in any manner you choose. He swole, she swole. We got stickers so you can offend at your convenience. And of course, we also have the brand new I Want You to Be Swole. Go and check out all those brand new designs. Use code DailySwole for 10% off over there at papasolio.com. Solo at papasolio.com. Alrighty. But my thyroid. All right, but my thyroid. You all would get this card, but my thyroid. Here we go. Falcon, take us away. Let's raffle this slut off. I hear you, Freddie. All right. What's your thyroid? I get you. My thyroid. Hey. It's a winner. We have Elizabeth T. Congratulations. What's your thyroid? I hope your thyroid is doing much better. Excellent. Elizabeth, congratulaciones. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2308 in the subject and your address in the body of the email. Thank you so much for playing, beaches. We'll be back here tomorrow for Thirsty Swole Thursday, I suppose. It's going to be another epic adventure, and maybe we'll play some more Balls Deep Bingo. We'll take some soundboard requests, so if you got it, drop it in the comments down below.
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. Enjoy that merch and enjoy this amazing Swole card. Don't blame your thyroid. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Now I know you'd love to just sit there and keep being not slim, but we gotta work a little today, okay?
You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Thank you so much, fam, for being here. Episode 2308. We're crushing it.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
You make me happy.
Crucifixion was good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Hadouken!
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
You're very welcome, Heidi. Thanks for being here, fam. We'll take the party into the Swole Fam Telegram chat. For the after party. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go make some sick fucking days. Fucking making games.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Lieutenant Dan. You can't be at least mildly interesting and shut the hell up.
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Got it out in time. It takes a bit. Got the quick release. All right. Very nice, everyone. Very nice. Thank you so much. Little piano cock. No hands. If you're watching, no hands. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Just had to wind that bad boy back up. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review wherever you're banging your ear holes or eye holes. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Podbean, Stitcher, wherever you can leave a review, Google, Amazon. I don't care where you listen. Leave us a review. It helps tremendously if you listen to the show consistently, or if it's your first time and you enjoyed today's episode, leave us a 5-star review and write a review if you can. It's the best way to share and show everyone that this is the greatest podcast in the realm, but not like we need their approval, but it definitely helps and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Matt, are we up for another roundtable in the next couple of weeks? Last week we had a roundtable, so next week we have another roundtable coming up. So every 2 weeks going to be fucking epic as always. So of course we'll see you there. Join the fam, SoulEnormousX.com. All the links in the show notes and description down below. And we'll see you back here tomorrow with some more balls deep bingo with the fam 2309. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the loop.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laying. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new